Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The sports world is buzzing with what might be the most shocking comeback of the season, as rumors have begun circulating that Michael Pierce, who stunned fans with his sudden retirement, is now reportedly reversing that decision to sign with the Philadelphia Eagles. Imagine the kind of conversations this is sparking in locker rooms, among analysts, and across social media. The speculation is already reaching fever pitch, with fans trying to dissect every single hint and leak from insiders, while sports networks scramble to confirm what seems almost too good to be true. Pierce was widely admired not only for his dominance on the defensive line, but also for his leadership and presence in the locker room. And now the idea of him suiting up once again has left everyone wondering what could have prompted such a sudden change of heart. Was it the promise of a championship run, the chemistry with the current roster, or something more personal that drew him back into the game? Analysts are already debating whether his return could redefine the dynamics of the Eagles' defense, with some arguing that his skill set and experience could plug gaps that have plagued the team for years. The mere thought of Pierce back on the field, facing his former opponents, brings a sense of nostalgia and excitement that seems almost electric in its intensity. Sources close to the situation suggest that this decision wasn't taken lightly. Michael Pierce had stepped away from the game at what many thought was the peak of his career, and the reason cited at the time involved both physical wear and tear and a desire to focus on life beyond football. Yet, insiders hint that conversations behind closed doors may have included persuasive appeals from key figures in the Eagles organization, including coaches, teammates, and even front office executives, all of whom apparently painted a compelling vision of how he could make an immediate impact. There's also talk of a carefully structured contract, designed not only to reward him for his talents, but also to manage his workload in a way that could extend his playing days while minimizing risk. Fans are speculating endlessly about whether this move signals a shift in Pierce's priorities or a newfound hunger to prove that his time away was merely a pause rather than a full stop. Sports talk shows are abuzz with theories, analyzing everything from the Eagles' current defensive schemes to Pierce's previous performance metrics, trying to project exactly how this addition might influence games on both a tactical and psychological level. The narrative practically writes itself. A retired star coming back, motivated by passion, strategy, and perhaps unfinished business. Every insider quote, every cryptic social media post, and every past highlight reel is now being dissected under the lens of this new chapter. Even within fan circles, reactions are a whirlwind of emotion. Some see it as an overdue return of a hero, a chance for the Eagles to reclaim dominance in the league's defensive landscape, while others voice skepticism, questioning whether Pierce can truly regain his top form after stepping away. The debate often splits into granular discussions about conditioning, adaptability, and whether a player of his caliber can seamlessly reintegrate into a team that has evolved since his departure. Comment threads and fan forums are overflowing with hypothetical scenarios, imagining him in key matchups against rivals, predicting highlight plays, and envisioning locker room speeches that could inspire a team already hungry for success. There's also speculation about how his presence could influence younger players, serving as a mentor who not only elevates performance on the field, but also instills a professional mindset off the field. The cultural and psychological impact within the team is just as much a part of this story as the on-field statistics, creating layers of intrigue that keep fans and analysts alike glued to every rumor and report. People are debating whether this signing could spark a renaissance for the Eagles' defensive strategy, or if it's simply a sentimental headline grabber meant to energize ticket sales and media attention. Regardless, the sheer magnetism of Pierce returning is undeniable. Rumors continue to swirl about how negotiations unfolded behind the scenes. Sources suggest that Michael Pierce engaged in multiple rounds of discussions, weighing different offers and envisioning his role in various potential teams. The Eagles, reportedly, leveraged both historical loyalty and tactical need, presenting a vision that portrayed him not just as a player, but as a cornerstone of a defensive revival. While no official statements have confirmed every detail, Whispers of multi-year deals, performance incentives, and clauses that allow flexibility for health and personal priorities have fans speculating about the precise terms that could entice a star out of retirement. The idea of such a nuanced negotiation adds another layer of drama to the story, hinting at a sophisticated interplay of strategy, persuasion, and personal reflection. Analysts are dissecting past precedents, comparing this move to other famous returns, trying to predict how Pierce's re-entry might influence league-wide dynamics. Every stat from previous seasons is under scrutiny, from sack totals to tackle counts, as experts attempt to model a potential impact, while fans delight in speculating about highlight reels that could dominate future social media cycles. There's an almost cinematic quality to this narrative. A player walks away at the peak of his career, only to return with renewed purpose and a platform for redefining his legacy. The tension between anticipation and skepticism is palpable. Adding to the intrigue is the timing. Pierce's retirement had left a void in the conversations around defensive strategy, with analysts often citing his absence as a significant factor in teams' shifting tactics. Now, with the possibility of his return, the entire defensive landscape could see a ripple effect, forcing opponents to rethink their approaches and recalibrate their strategies. The media is already buzzing with scenarios, imagining how his presence could disrupt offensive plans, alter matchups, and energize a defense hungry for leadership. Speculation extends beyond just the field, with discussions about merchandise, fan engagement, and broader cultural impact of a high-profile comeback. The narrative is rich, multidimensional, and fueled by the uncertainty of what this signing could mean. Pundits are debating whether Pierce's presence could catalyze a transformation within the Eagles' locker room culture, inspiring veteran players while setting a benchmark for rookies. Every rumor, every insider hint, and every social media post now carries extra weight as the world collectively waits for a formal confirmation that could validate or upend weeks of speculation. The sheer drama of it all feels almost unprecedented in recent memory. Finally, the human element cannot be overlooked. Beyond contracts, stats, and team dynamics, Michael Pierce's personal journey adds a compelling narrative thread. Fans are intrigued not just by the technical impact of his return, but by the personal motivations, the resilience, and the mental recalibration that accompany a star emerging from retirement. Discussions about mental health, burnout, and career longevity are now intertwined with tactical analysis, creating a richer, more layered story. Social media buzz reflects this, with fans expressing both nostalgia and excitement, sharing memories of past performances while anticipating new moments of brilliance. The narrative captures a universal fascination with comebacks, the allure of unfinished business, and the possibility of witnessing a seasoned professional redefine his legacy in real time. Every angle, from professional to personal, tactical to emotional, contributes to an atmosphere of speculation that has made this story one of the most talked about developments in sports. The idea that a retired player could reignite a franchise and capture the imagination of fans worldwide is nothing short of magnetic, leaving everyone on edge, waiting for the next twist in what could become a historic chapter in football history. The speculation surrounding Michael Pierce's return has created an almost cinematic tension in sports circles, with insiders hinting at behind-the-scenes maneuvers that could reshape the Eagles' entire defensive identity. According to whispers from unnamed sources, the team's coaching staff has been mapping out intricate plans, imagining how Pierce's presence could be leveraged to create new schemes, adjust formations, and even influence how opposing teams prepare weeks in advance. Analysts suggest that his ability to control the line of scrimmage, disrupt defensive rhythms, and draw double teams could free up younger teammates to make game-changing plays. Beyond the X's and O's, there's a psychological component that cannot be overstated. Pierce's return is not just about stats or sacks. It's about leadership, presence, and aura. Teammates reportedly view him as a mentor figure, someone whose career longevity and resilience could instill confidence in a squad that has often struggled in high-pressure moments. Social media chatter has exploded with fans speculating about how his role might evolve over the season, debating whether he will dominate early on or gradually ease back into peak form, all while maintaining a performance level that matches the expectations of both the locker room and an eager fan base. Every rumor, every leak, and every analysis contributes to a narrative that feels both electric and suspenseful. Financial speculation adds another layer of intrigue. Rumors indicate that the contract structure designed to lure Pierce back involves not just guaranteed money, but performance-based incentives that reward impact plays, leadership milestones, and perhaps even team performance benchmarks. Some insiders have suggested that this creative structure was essential in persuading him to leave retirement, allowing for flexibility in workload and emphasizing longevity over immediate gratification. This raises fascinating questions about how teams are increasingly tailoring contracts to suit both player welfare and tactical ambitions. Analysts are already predicting that Pierce's compensation package could set a precedent for other high-profile returns, blending financial savvy with strategic foresight. Meanwhile, fans are dissecting every detail, from potential bonuses for sacks or tackles for loss to incentives tied to playoff appearances. The mere existence of these rumors fuels speculation, as the sports world imagines how Pierce's motivation might align with team success. Beyond money, though, the narrative hints at a deeper story of respect, trust, and the power of a franchise to reignite passion in a player who once walked away. The intertwining of finances, strategy, and personal motivation makes this story multidimensional and endlessly discussable. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. On the tactical front, Pierce's rumored return could have a domino effect throughout the league. Opposing coaches are reportedly studying his past performances, assessing tendencies, and predicting how his skill set might challenge existing offensive schemes. The anticipation of facing a player of his caliber forces teams to reconsider blocking assignments, quarterback timing, and play-calling strategies. Analysts are speculating that Pierce's presence could elevate not only the Eagles' pass rush, but also their run defense, creating an intimidating front that could redefine league dynamics. Fans are debating every potential matchup, imagining him facing off against elite offensive lines and projecting highlight reel moments that could dominate sports media coverage. Beyond the physical impact, there's a mental component. Pierce's reputation as a relentless competitor may force opponents into mistakes, alter their rhythm, and provide a psychological edge to the Eagles. The broader implication is a ripple effect across the league, where a single player's return could reshape defensive planning and offensive creativity, creating a cascade of strategic adjustments. Social media platforms are alight with speculation, with fan accounts sharing diagrams, highlight reels, and theories about how Pierce could impact everything from red zone efficiency to third down conversions, turning a single signing into a multifaceted chess match that captivates the entire football community. There's also a cultural dimension to this story, one that extends beyond the field. Pierce's rumored return has reignited debates about leadership, professionalism, and the narrative of redemption in sports. Fans are fascinated by the idea that a player can step away from the game, reflect, and then return with renewed focus, potentially redefining his legacy in the process. Insider whispers suggest that his presence in the locker room could be transformative, mentoring younger players, setting standards for preparation, and helping cultivate a culture of accountability. Analysts note that such influences often translate into tangible results on the field, from improved cohesion to elevated intensity during critical moments. Meanwhile, media outlets and social platforms are fueling speculation, dissecting past interviews, social media posts, and public appearances for signs of motivation, intent, and readiness. The narrative of a comeback adds a layer of human interest that is often more compelling than the statistics alone, and it taps into the collective fascination with resilience, ambition, and the pursuit of unfinished business. In this context, Pierce's return is not merely a tactical or financial story. It is a saga that touches on psychology, inspiration, and the timeless allure of a sports hero rewriting his own chapter. Speculation even extends to the potential ripple effects on team dynamics. While Pierce's arrival could bolster the defense, some analysts caution that reintegrating a high-profile veteran into an evolving roster can bring challenges. How will younger players adjust to his leadership style? Will his return shift playing time, alignments, or responsibilities in ways that create friction or opportunity? Sources hint that the Eagles are managing these questions carefully, using practice sessions, film study, and team meetings to ensure a seamless integration. Fans are endlessly debating these possibilities, imagining scenarios where Pierce becomes a mentor, a catalyst, or even a polarizing figure, depending on how his presence is balanced with the team's existing chemistry. The speculation around this social and tactical integration adds layers of intrigue, as everyone from analysts to casual viewers attempts to predict the human dynamics that could influence wins, losses, and locker room morale. Every rumor amplifies the drama, painting a picture of a complex ecosystem in which one player's return has the potential to transform not only the field performance, but also the emotional and relational structure of an entire franchise. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.